Hey guys, we are nearing the end of the year. Believe it or not, we're in the last quarter of the year, and I know a lot of us have not reached our reading goal for the year yet. Short books are a way to quickly get to that goal. If you are about quantity over quality, but some of these could be high quality, you never know. Never judge a book by its cover, never judge a book by its length. Let's see what the shortest thrillers are on my TBR according to Goodreads. I'm pulling up Goodreads on my phone now, and y'all are going to see my live reaction once it loads up. We are sorting by number of pages. See, some of these, the top one does not have a page number listed, so we are going to omit that one from the tag. Really a tag, I don't know why I said that, but here's my live reaction. The first one is The Song Is You by Megan Abbott. It has a good rating of a 3.74 with 1,500 people leaving their rating. This book was published in 2007 and is 256 pages in length. If that's our shortest, I'm kind of scared. Like, none of them are less than 100 pages. Description says, from Edgar Award nominated novelist Megan Abbott, who makes devotees of Kane and Chandler fall down and beg for mercy, comes an imaginative new novel about the mysterious murder of an actress that remains unsolved today. Genres, we have noir, mystery, fiction, crime, historical fiction, thriller, mystery thriller, historical, hard-boiled, and pulp. So those last two, I'm not really sure what they mean. Obviously, I've heard like the term pulp fiction, but I don't know what it means. And hard-boiled, I only know about hard-boiled eggs, nothing else. But this one seems to be kind of genre bending, as we do have historical fiction listed as well. I do think thrillers are great to read in the fall time, so that's why I'm doing this recommendation video when I am. One is by an author who I've read her two other books, and that is Once There Were Wolves by Charlotte McConaughey. This is a great rating of a 4.09 with over 110,000 people leaving their rating. This book was published in 2022 and has 262 pages. Now we have the whole blurb here, so you can stop and pause if you would like to read that. But this is set in a world where climate change has started to happen and animals have started to go extinct. Now, wolves have gone extinct in Scotland, and we have our character who is going to the remote Highlands, and her task is to bring the wolves back to the Highlands of Scotland. Again, this is one that is kind of genre bending because we do have that sci-fi element of it being climate fiction, and then we do have it being a thriller. So we have fiction, mystery, book club, so maybe a good book club pick in the future. Also good on audiobook. Contemporary, so that's our other genre. Thriller, mystery thriller, literary fiction, nature, and Scotland. Nature writing I love, especially in the fall time, and I feel like Scotland would be a good fall kind of spooky setting. So we have another favorite author, and that is The Stranger in the Lifeboat by Mitch Albom. Has a fantastic rating of a 4.11 with 107,000 people leaving their ratings. This book was published in 2021 and has 271 pages in length. I'm not exactly remembering the description of this book. I think it maybe has some religious themes, but there's only like philosophical questions in his books, so let's see what the description is together. Adrift in a raft after a deadly ship explosion, 10 people struggle for survival at sea. 3 days pass. Short on water, food, and hope, they spot a man floating in the waves. They pull him in. Thank the Lord we found you, a passenger says. I am the Lord, the man whispers. So begins Mitch Albom's most beguiling novel yet. Albom has written of heaven in the celebrated #1 bestsellers, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, and The First Phone Call from Heaven. Now, for the first time in his fiction, he ponders what we would do if, after crying out for divine help, God actually appeared before us. A fast-paced, compelling novel that makes you ponder your deeper beliefs. The Stranger in the Lifeboat suggests that answers to our prayers may be found where we least expect them. The genres, we have fiction, audiobook, and book club. So again, recommendations if you're somebody who likes to do audiobooks, and again, maybe a future book club pick. But Christian, religion, mystery, inspirational, spirituality, can't say that word, Christian fiction, and faith. Now I'm somebody who I kind of struggle with Christian fiction. I just haven't had a good experience with the ones that I have read, but since Mitch Albom is an author that I have enjoyed in the past, I have higher hopes, and I do like religion, like any kind of religion in the books that I read. I think it makes for really interesting themes and ideas. We have one that really stands out compared to these others in my opinion, and that is Death in the Andes by Mario Vargas Llosa. This has a good rating of a 3.71. 9,000 people have rated it, and it was published in 1996, so a bit of an older one here, and it has 276 pages in length. Also, this is a piece of translated fiction with Edith Grossman being the translator. Let's see the description together. In a remote Andean village, 3 men have disappeared. Peruvian Army Corporal Latuma and his deputy Tomas have been dispatched to investigate and to guard the town from the Shining Path guerrillas they assume are responsible. But the townspeople do not trust the officers, and they have their own ideas about what forces claim the bodies of the missing men. To pass the time and to cope with their homesickness, Tomas entertains Latuma nightly with the sensuous, surreal tale of his precarious love affair with a wayward prostitute. His stories are intermingled with the ongoing mystery of the missing man. Death in the Andes is an atmospheric suspense story and a political allegory, a panoramic view of contemporary Peru from one of the world's great novelists. And this one is one that I found when I was wanting to read a book from every Latin American country, which I still want to do, but that guy kind of got pushed to the side. So if you want some translated fiction, this would be a good one to choose. As for genres, we have fiction, Latin American, historical fiction, so we are genre bending, Spanish literature, novels, mystery, literature, Nobel Prize, crime, and literary fiction. Let's get to the last book of the video, Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. This has a good rating of a 3.72 with 30,000 people leaving their ratings, and this one was published in 2017. And I don't really remember what this one's about, and it gives us a very long description. Going to discover the fate of her missing cousin, a woman returns to her family's Kansas estate, where she spent one haunting summer as a teen, where she discovered the dark heart of the Roanoke clan that left her no choice but to run. Lane Roanoke is 15 when she comes to live with her maternal grandparents and fireball cousin Allegra at the Roanoke family estate in rural Osage Flats, Kansas, following the suicide of her mother. Lane knows a little of her mother's family, other than the fact that her mother ran away years before and cut off contact with her parents. Allegra, abandoned by her own mother at birth and raised by her grandparents, introduces Lane to small-town life and the benefits of being one of the rich and beautiful Roanoke girls. But there is darkness at the heart of the Roanoke family. When Lane discovers its insidious pool, she has no choice but to run as far and as fast as she can. 11 years later, Lane is scraping by in Los Angeles when her grandfather calls with the news that Allegra has gone missing. Come home, he beckons. Unable to resist his pleas, Lane returns to Osage Flats, determined to find her cousin, her own guilt at having left Allegra behind all those years ago. Her return might mean a second chance with Cooper, the boyfriend whom she loved and destroyed that fateful summer. But it also means facing the terrible secret that made her flee, one she may not be strong enough to run from again. As it weaves between the summer of Lane's first arrival and the summer of her return, the Roanoke Girls shocks, tantalizes, twisting its way through revelation after mesmerizing revelation, exploring the secrets families keep and the fierce and terrible love that binds them together and rips them apart. For some reason, I thought this was a YA book, but it's not. So the genres are mystery, fiction, thriller, mystery thriller, contemporary, audiobook, adult suspense, book club, and adult fiction. Have you guys read any of these books? Do you think thrillers are perfect for the fall time? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. If you made it through this whole video, leave a leaf emoji in the comments below. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love It's amazing, and y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.